all have entertainment and advertising. The problem is with their business model, independent business owners don't get paid anything. They keep 100% of the money. So we already had a team of engineers in place to develop massive multiplayer games and easy to play flash games like you see here. So what we set up was a business where you could do a combination of entertainment and advertising, part-time or full-time, and make a lot of upfront cash and residual income. Because if you've been around network marketing any period of time, you know that if people aren't paid something pretty quickly, they get disappointed. It's like, hey, I'm working, I don't see anything for my work, I'm leaving. You know, that's what happens, I'll just be honest with you. So you have to have a good combination of pay plus a product that's something people accept at this point in time, and it's not difficult to explain to them. You're going to have people say, well, why do you have video games? Why do you have ads? Well, 58% of the people in the world on the internet play video games, that's why. And it's growing a lot faster. Microsoft and Sony and a lot of Fortune 500 companies that are in the technology sector know that for a fact, and they're putting more of their money into the video game industry. And I keep pointing up there because I've got him, Chuck's brother, filming me, but the video game industry is here to stay. At first I was a skeptic just like everyone else. My kids play those games, you know, they played Mario Brothers and Nintendo and things like that, and that's who I thought it was relegated to. And you know, years ago, you'd go in a sports bar like this and they'd have a machine where you could play Pac-Man, and you put 2 quarters in the machine, and pretty soon you started to see them in hotels. And then you'd see them in airports and train stations and bus stations, and then pretty soon they were selling consoles for the home. And then the internet came, and it was like, uh-oh, everybody's playing. I mean, that's really what happened back in the mid-70s, 76. The very first Pong and Pac-Man machines were out there where people put 2 quarters in a machine. Now look where we're at. I mean, it's real obvious where this thing's going. It's going to be totally interactive. Eventually, there'll be holograms of people playing together. You know, this just going this way real quick. The new Kinect technology that Microsoft is using out of Israel makes your body movements, you know, mechanically appear on the screen, so you can do all kinds of stuff. So our goal is for independent business owners to have a way to make upfront cash and residual income from a really classy, good business model that has been adopted by Fortune 500 companies. And that's how we developed our pay plan. And Chuck always likes to say, hey, Paul's writing these big checks and all this. Let me tell you the business model. There's a lot of money that goes into development up front. But then after that, it's like a recording studio recording a song. You got a lot of money with musicians and talent and all that to create the song. But once it's created, it only costs you like 20 cents to make a CD or less than that for a download. So what we do is we share that profit with the field, 86%. And it's what, you know, why it's such a unique business model. You couldn't do that in other businesses. If you were making bottles of vitamins, you'd have to have a plastic bottle and all the processed raw materials and boxes and everyone filling the vitamin bottles and sending them out. So you can't pay as much. It's that simple. So the business model makes sense economically because it's basically digital media. Just think about it. We're pushing electrons down wires and fiber networks and satellite networks all over the world to show the advertisements and to have people play the games. We're just pushing electrons down wires. We're not shipping boxes of stuff. So as a result of that, there's obviously more money, and it's not rocket science. People like to be paid serious upfront cash and long-term residual income, or they're not going to stay involved in a business, and that's really how this business model was derived. You know, when you get right down to it, that's what created the model, is just the basic needs of people that say, hey, I'll do it if there's upfront cash and residual income, or otherwise I'm not interested. You know, you get in these network marketing companies and they say, I have this all the time. I talk to different guys that are high up in different companies. They say, well, this is a 3 or 4 year build where you don't make anything for the first 3 or 4 years. I don't know about you, but telling somebody they're not going to make any money for 3 or 4 years and they're going to have to work real hard, that doesn't sound very good. I mean, I can't look them in the eye and say that. They're going to look at me and say, are you kidding? They say it every day to me on the phone. Well, you know, this is a 3 or 4 year build. I go, well, okay, good luck. Keep working on that. You know, 90% of the people are gone in 3 or 4 years. They're saying, hey, I'm out of here. So that mentality of this is a 3 or 4 year build, it just doesn't work. You know, there's too much communication. We can all talk, and I can talk to you, and I can talk to you, and you say, hey, I found something where you get paid a lot quicker than that. I mean, you better be prepared for the real world and pick up your cell phone and say, hey, that thing you're in is too slow for me. So in the old days, that was okay, I guess. I don't know. But now things have changed. So that's really kind of wrapped in a neat little package how I would, you know, quantify the business and describe it. So with that, I'll give it back to you, Mr. Chuck. Thank you.
Thank you.